I've got a bit of a long boxing history, so I only picked up a glove around 20 years of age. I used to watch a lot of the MMA, Ronda Rousey. I used to go in camps with Nick Diaz, one of my favourite UFC fighters, so I kind of got into it a little bit that way. I was doing a lot of weights in the gym, and I got to a situation where I thought, I want to do something. So I ended up joining a boxing gym up in Wigan in my local town, and got into the unlicensed scene. Fighting on the unlicensed scene, I actually went to the gym, Cabon in Wigan, MMA, a very famous gym at the moment with your likes of Mike Green there. Everyone fighting out of the Cabon gym, and I just wanted to do the boxing. I was doing all the MMA stuff, but it just wasn't for me. Ended up doing the boxing and just really enjoyed it. Linked up Rhiannon, come down to the gym around 5 fights into my unlicensed career, and then the rest is history. Really, I always knew I wanted to be pro. It was never a situation where I'm just gonna fight unlicensed. I always knew I wanted to be pro. I was always training like I was a professional anyway. I put everything into it, like I do with a lot of things in life. I put everything into it, but that's more or less my history, and the rest is history. I never thought being an unlicensed fighter and then being with Anthony, it's kind of like one world to the next, but you know, the stars aligned, and it's an absolutely amazing journey. And come the 20th of May, I believe that I'm going to start and rewrite a good journey again. So,
what were you doing when you were training and fighting as an unlicensed fighter? Work-wise, what were you up to?
I was removing asbestos for a living. Me and my dad used to do that for 5-6 years. Then I started doing groundwork up until around my 5th professional fight. You know, groundwork, it was a very manual job, manual labour. It was so hard. I was tired. And it got to a situation where I had to sit down with mum and dad and say, it's either boxing or groundwork. And I was doing my own cutting grass as well on the side. So I had like 3 boxing's a job on its own. I was doing groundwork and I was cutting grass on the side. So I was burning the candle at both ends, and obviously saved money up so then I could quit my job, and mum and dad helped me out, and one thing led to another, and like I said, we're here now, we're ready for the biggest fight of our life, and Anthony and all my team's got me ready, and I just can't wait. I'm feeling so good, and it's going to be a good journey. It's going to be a good journey. I can feel it starting today.
You're obviously in a small stable with Anthony. There's Rhiannon, I think there's Jake, and Will Crolla, Anthony's younger brother, trains with you. But I suppose that the size of it means you get an awful lot of time with Anthony, don't you?
Yeah, we get a hell of a lot of time with Anthony. You know, one-to-one time, I think it's priceless. You know, Anthony's resume speaks for itself, and to get that knowledge and that guidance from him, it's like I don't deserve it, but I'm getting it. Do you know understand what I'm saying? You know, do a lot down Joe's gym with all the world champions and stuff like that. So I believe I'm in the best place for it. I'm in the best place possible for this fight, and like I said, if I can't put the effort in, I always say, if I can't put the effort in and show commitment to Ant, then I don't deserve to be in this sport, because everyone says it's just one of them things. You've got to show effort to people like Anthony. I mean, he's been there and done it, worn every T-shirt. So I'm ready to give him back what he's given me over the last couple of years.
You are a bit of a double act with Rhiannon as well, aren't you? Because obviously your careers are intertwined, and obviously you're here now, and it's interesting to see how you're both progressing at the same kind of rate, I suppose. It's fair to say.
Definitely, it's. I know obviously Rhiannon now has been signed with Matchroom, which is absolutely phenomenal. I believe women's boxing's massive at the moment, as we've been seeing. There's so many huge women fights, and I think this time next year, I think Rhiannon will be in the mix with all them big fights, fighting for titles, world titles, but yeah, we've come through this game together. We're in each other's pockets. I'm best mates with a boyfriend, Ross, so we're always on FaceTime together. Rhiannon's best friends with my girlfriend. I'm best friends with Rhiannon. Ross is best friends with my. It's a crazy thing, but something so good. You know, I'm going over there with my best friend. 2 of my best friends. Ant's my best friend as well. But you're my best friend, Dom. But we're all going over there together. It's not just like I'm going over there and I'm finding out everything new. We're going over there together. We're a team. And we're gonna kick ass over there, Dom. I'm telling you, we're ready for this. We've trained. I've been in camp for 6 months now. Obviously, supposed to be on the 4th of April on the Savannah Marshall undercard, but things didn't go right there. So I'm more than ready. As a team, we're more than ready. And I just hope the beers are cold. It's Friday night.
It is Bilbao, everything for a reason. So you get a trip away.
Yeah.
You get to experience something very new and different on a big card over there because La Horaga is a big draw and he's in against JJ Metcalf, of course. But you've got an unbeaten fighter as well. So what do you know about this fella, John?
I know that John has got the Youth World title, WBC. He's got the Spanish title and the former European title. So he's all right. He's good. But, as me and Antipin say, we've been watching him, and I know I won't put me in that fight if he didn't believe I could beat John. And I know I can beat John. I know that the right tactics that Ant's going to implement, and I'm going to go out there and show will beat John. He's very good. He works hard. I just believe that my fitness, my stamina, I'm a total new fighter than I was 2 years ago. And I believe that we're now going to put it all together. We've had a few good fights. Ant didn't let me off the lead last time, just made me fight how he wanted me to fight. So it's all going to come together this night, and I believe we're going to be victorious. Both of us are going to be victorious. Like, Rhiannon's got an unbeaten girl she's fighting, which it's going to be some night over there, Dom, and I just hope everyone's watching. This is my come out time.
It's a challenge for you, isn't it, though? You're going in enemy territory, if you like. You're in the away corner.
Yeah.
You've got to kind of put your trust in the judges and all the rest of it. You never really knew. But do you see it kind of as just it's a win-win, whatever happens anyway? It's one of those kind of fights.
I know it doesn't come down to BoxRec, but BoxRec's got me ranked at 300 in the world. They've got John ranked at 60 in the world. So on paper, I'm the massive, massive underdog. I've heard a few people that said, it's a big fight, probably too early. But I believe I win this fight, Dom. I believe everyone's going on about, what about if this happening? But what about when I win? This puts me right in the top 16 in the world, which is absolutely massive for someone like me from Little Wigan, So, but I think it's a very, very winnable fight, Like you say, but I'm not a delusional. I know I'm not gonna win a close points decision. I know I'm going to have to go for it. I'm going to have to be the aggressor at times, and I'm going to have to really try and stamp my dominance on this fight. And we've prepared for that. I've prepared for anything, whatever. It's like people say, we'll see what he brings. No, I know what I'm going to bring. Now he's going to have to adapt to me. It's not that I'm going to have to adapt to what he brings. He's going to have to adapt to me. I think he's going to overlook me at times. In fact, a lot. So we'll see come tonight. I know I'm ready for it. I'm going to have a little holiday before it. I'll have a bit of a swimming pool and just enjoy it, Dom. I feel like I'm at my best when I'm happy. I don't get angry before fights. I start getting happy, and that's when I feel like I am at my best. I enjoy this sport. I still walk around with a smile on my face. Just in the gym, I turn up with a smile on my face. And even though this is a very, very, very serious fight on one of the biggest platforms in the world, I'm happy to be here, thankful to be here, and I'm ready to put on a show, Dom. I really, really am.
You seem too nice to be a fighter, really, James. So what happens, when does the switch kind of flick with you when you turn nasty?
Well, it's one of them things, there's a few aspects which have come into it this time. Like, I've got a daughter now, she's a very young daughter. I had to leave her this morning, and that's it. I don't see her till next Sunday. So that kind of opened up a few avenues I've never thought about this morning. I got a bit like, on driving here, I'm a bit like, I'm doing this for you kind of thing now. So, John's trying to take away everything I want to take home to that girl. So, it's going to get rough in there. I'm going to get nasty in there. The switch is probably an hour before the fight. Once we get in there, I kind of don't want to say, switching, because I don't. I feel like I felt better, nice and free, happy, smile on my face in the ring. So there's no switch just yet, but there's a few things in here which are really, really motivating me on. So it's one of them, Dom. I can find anything, if I need to push on, I'll find something. If I need to push on, but if I feel comfortable, I'll just go with the flow. Keep moving, switching. Yeah.
So when you get the arm raised, then
yes.
What's Bilbao going to offer you? What's your night out afterwards? How are you going to celebrate? I know you live the life, absolutely, but after a fight, what's it going to be?
It's tough after a fight. I'll be honest, I don't really like a drink after a fight, but when in Rome, Dom, when in Bilbao, we're going to go over there. We've got, I don't know what lager they've got on draft over there. I just hope it's some sort of nice premium lager, because I'm not into drinking that. Amp drinks Tennants, you know, Scottish Tennants. Not too into. I don't know. I've heard of Tennants, but last time I seen someone drinking the Tennants, they were selling Big Issue in Wigan. But I'm not too into that kind of stuff. And I've heard that this is a true one. He has told me he was drinking Carling out of a plastic bottle last week. So, so to be honest to you, I'm hoping they've got a nice premium lager on. Probably have a couple of them. Rhiannon is fantastic on a phone with Uber Eats. Yeah. Going to get some pizzas in, and we're just going to enjoy the night, you know. Just follow it wherever it goes. I'm taking 12 people over there with me and my dad. They all like a good drink, so we'll go have good fun.
After hearing your plans,
Well, if you want to take a few tenants with you, you'll be all right. And, but yeah, I also go. Sorry,
I was just going to say I've got a bit of info for you as well, anyway, because I know you like your Irish music. You love your Irish folk music.
I love it.
There's a good few Irish bars, you know, around where you're staying and around the arena. So again, that'll probably be your perfect night, won't it? You know, you say when in Rome, but
yeah. Well, like it'd be my perfect night. It's like people think I'm lying, but like I do love a lager. It's probably like top 3 drinks, right? But my favourite drink is Guinness, John. Like you're all laughing, but you know, being 29% Irish, it's people think, oh, because you're 29% Irish, James, you're going to like Guinness, but it's not because of that. Before I found out I was the full 29% Irish, I like Guinness.
No one thinks that. No one thinks that.
It all happened because I was about 16-year-old and my dad took me out on St Patrick's Day, and it was either £3 for a pint of lager or £1.50 for a pint of Guinness. So my dad said, "You want Guinness, James?" and that was it. The love story started there, Dom.
Fantastic. But a few tunes in the dressing room before you go on.
Well, yeah. I'm hoping to get a few Irish songs on in there. Just get the old
29% going.
Well, just get the heart pumping, you know. It's one of them. You're like, you all think I'm joking what I'm saying, but this is gospel honest truth, you know. I don't speak lies. I don't talk rubbish, and I say things from the heart. Sometimes it's bad, sometimes it's good, but we move. But yeah, there's a few Irish bars, Dom. I know you're a proud Irishman yourself, so you know we can swerve off from these and we can have a couple of Guinness if you fancy it, especially on the Saturday as well. You know, before we come home.
And it's the plan then. You're going to be the number 1 from Wigan now. Make your mark in boxing going forward, not just this fight, but obviously ahead with the career.
Well, this is obviously my come out fight now, Dom. I've had 17 fights now. I've gone away from home. I've picked up a loss on my journeys and in the British title eliminator. So you know, I know what it feels like to lose, and I don't want to lose again. So I'm going to do everything in my power to not lose, and I won't lose. So as soon as I win, it's time to enjoy it. Have a good week off, but then I want to be back in the gym, Dom. I want to push on from this once I win, and you know, this is my time. I believe it is. All the stars have aligned. I'm not into spirituality and all that, but the stars are aligning, Dom, and I really am ready to go. Ready to go, mate.